I wanted to share a trading loss that occurred on the 12th of August here. You can see here I sold, got stopped out, traded again, small win. The main reason for my loss here was impatience and also a little bit of revenge trading, but I managed to stop it as soon as I recognized that. So I wanted to talk to you guys about it today. So we can see here, let's start off with the high time frame on the 4-hour chart. So on the 4-hour chart, you can see disregard the trade on the 11th of August here. That trade I took, which resulted in a win. I've shared that video here on the top right hand corner if you guys want to check it out. But I'm talking about the trade I took on the 12th of August. Alright, so we can see here since the 7th of August and the 6th, price has been making higher highs and higher lows. So an uptrend, retrace, now it's an uptrend again. We can see overall price has been very bullish. So obviously, these were liquidity levels that were, that we're interested in, the drawn liquidity. So 29,866 and 29,939. 939 got hit yesterday, but let's not worry about that. We're only worried about 29,866. So if we go down to the 15-minute time frame, now that we established our directional bias is bullish, we're looking for longs only. So for longs only, we can see here there was a big candle that got put in at 8:30. This was US CPI news. We can tell that on the 15-minute time frame, price is extremely bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. Price actually came down, swept and respected a lot of these fair value gaps that was put in on the 15-minute time frame, right? You can see here price also swept this minor external range liquidity here, and price pushed back up right away. So at 9:30 open, price immediately swept the buy side liquidity at 29,866, and price actually pushed really strong towards the upside and immediately create a really big bearish move. So on the 5-minute time frame, you guys can see price swept, created a big bearish move towards the downside, putting in a 5-minute bearish fair value gap. Right, you guys can see here. So let me just chuck it in. 5-minute fair value gap. So we can see here with that as well. There was a little bit of liquidity that was generated here. No, I wouldn't say it's low range, low resistance liquidity. So that was my first mistake. So I was trying to short the market, knowing that the high time frame was actually bullish. So we were looking for longs only, but I shorted the market. So that was the first rule violation. I normally follow the direction of the market. So I was looking at the 4-minute time frame for this one, because as we can see here, it's even more clear. We can see, price. This is 5-minute fair value gap, so let's take that away. So we can see on the 4-minute, price actually came in, respected this 4-minute bearish fair value gap and rejected it. So in that case, I was thinking that, okay, there was a sort of moderate low resistance liquidity run here, so why not take a short? So I waited for price to I waited for a few more minutes, because I don't trade now. I don't trade from 9:30 to 9:45. I start trading my session at 9:45 to 11, because I let 9:30 play out first and see where the market wants to go. So first of all, the short-term time frame, it's telling me that price rejected this fair value gap and possibly looking to go down, targeting not this liquidity level, but this one here, right? So I'm looking for short. So that was my first mistake. There was no resistance liquidity. So if we go down to the 1-minute time frame, I will look for an inverse fair value gap, right? Because now the 4-minute fair value gap has been rejected. So do we have a 1-minute inverse fair value gap? Yes, we do here, right? Let's make this orange. So there is one here. So I waited for the retracement. I locked in my trade here, and I put my stop loss above these highs here, so way above that inverse fair value gap, and I was targeting 1-to-1. Right, I got pretty much stopped out within 2 minutes, and that's fine. So price actually came back up, swept liquidity again here, right? You can see, and created another inverse fair value gap. So here it completely engulfed let's take this away, it completely engulfed this 1 minute inverse here and another one right here. So I took my trade here and I took it off there. So it was a small scalp, but eventually I didn't hold too much because my mind wasn't in my mind wasn't there anymore, because my rule is 1 trade per day. Right, but this is my second trade. So I went against it. I broke my rules. I was being impatient. My first rule that I broke was I should have just watched the market, right? Because liquidity has been taken, and my directional bias is longs. Why would I open up a short position? So that was my first mistake, right? Opening up shorts. And the second mistake was that there's not really, I wouldn't really consider this a a low resistance liquidity, right? So there wasn't any low resistance liquidity for the market to run through. But you can see eventually the market, through the overnight session, it chopped around, and it eventually came down all the way to my target level there, but not without a lot of move. So the market initially made a big move, and I should have just watched the market. Once the market makes a big move here, the market would normally need a bit of breathing room to set up its next move, and you can see here, on the 15-minute time frame, the market just went all the way up here, breaking its previous high at 29,940. So this is something that I recognize. It's a trading loss that I can fully get around. So as long as I recognize it and I implement it and I use it for improvement for any future trades, that should be fine. But I just wanted to share this with you guys because we're just all human. We make mistakes, and the most important thing is recognizing it, acknowledging it, and use it to improve your future performance. So that's what I wanted to share today. Check out my other videos where I share my 2-step super simple model on how I trade, which is only about 90 minutes per day, and that's all you need. I scalp now. I don't really swing trade or hold overnight positions. But yeah, if you like this video, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys at the next one.